Hello, this is Carrier again, and I have for you a mega review and a partial giveaway. Oh, what does that mean? Well, you'll see in a minute. So, my name is Carrier. I do coloring book reviews. If you like the video, subscribe to my channel, like the video, comment, share with your friends. And that's about it. So let's get started and talk about what this is and why I have two of everything and how you can gain some of these for yourself. All right, so first thing is first is we're going to talk about what these are. So I got these in the mail. These are two different kinds of things. Even though there's four of them, there's really only two, and each of them come in two sizes. There's a coloring notebook and a coloring planner. So it's a 2016 coloring planner by Catherine Marlin. It comes in two sizes, as you see here. There's also the notebook that also comes in two sizes. They're all made in America. The size, the smaller size is a medium. It's 7 by 8.5, and it retails for $13.95 on Amazon.com. The large is 8.5 by 11, and that retails for $14.95. So for an extra $1, you can get a larger size. I like the smaller size better, but that's just me. They have a clear plastic front and back cover. Like you see this in a lot of journals. So you have this clear plastic front and back cover, which is really nice, but it does kind of attract a little bit of dirt, but that's how they are. And then there's the plastic black cover, plus the back cover has I swear every time I start filming he does that, and I don't even know what to do about it, because he's been quiet all day. So the back cover has this it's kind of like a cardboard stock. Maybe it has a little bit of a plastic coating, but you've seen this used in journals before. See, and it says made in America. Awesome. So that is the planner. I'm gonna go over the planner first, and then I'm gonna go over the notebook, and I'm gonna put a timestamp at the very I'm gonna put a timestamp right now so that you can fast forward to the notebook if you just want to see about the notebook. But I'm gonna show you the large planner. The small planner is exactly the same. It's just in a smaller size form, only because it's easier to show the large planner. So so this is the large planner. The large planner has 12 full-page color sheets that are in a heavier stock than the rest of the book. So this is also interesting because this is the first book I've ever seen that has two stocks of paper, and I think that was actually a really good choice in this. It probably costs more money to do two stock, but I actually really think that it's a good idea. So what you get is you get all your regular planner stuff. You can put in your goals and for relationships and things, you know, if you want to you know, do something for the world. I went to Antioch College, and one of the things they always told us is to be ashamed to die until you've won some victory for humanity. Kind of a low bar to set, don't you think? Anyway, yeah, that was an extremely high bar, and you know, sometimes we panicked about it, but you know, but sometimes you end up doing some good without even knowing it. So you never know. So, you know, just try to do good. Anyway, sorry. So there are 12 pages to color. There are 12 full-size pages, but there's a monthly, a week, and a weekly planner. So this is your monthly planner, and then this is your more detailed weekly planner. So in your more detailed weekly planner, depending on how many days there are in a month, there'll be either one, or I think there's actually always two. No, there's always two mini things that you can color in, and I love the mini things. I'm gonna fast forward to some of these because I want to show you just the monthlies, just so you can see all of the monthlies. So the monthlies are the ones that are in the heavier cardstock, and it's actually a really nice thick stock. It feels a little bit weird compared to the lighter stock, but I actually have seen this before in journals too, where some parts of it will be in a heavier stock. So it's not particularly unusual for a journal, for a planner, but it is unusual for a coloring book to have things in multiple levels of stock. So there's a variety of pictures in landscape and in just regular old portrait style. That's more of a landscape one. So there's that. So, and some of them, and what I like about them is if you have, you know, like I have low vision, so you might want to get the larger one because it's the same drawing, just in a larger form factor, so that if you know you want to do that, you can. So I probably should have just gone through the trouble of marking out where they are, so I wouldn't have to feel for them. But because I feel like I'm afraid I might miss one if I do it this way and showing you the larger sheets. And I don't want to miss one because these are all really nice. And what I like about the fact, this is a really nice one too. What I like about the fact is that because the sheets because it's one sheet for the month, like if you're like me where you work in color pencil and it takes you a long time to finish a page, this doesn't like overly commit you to doing too much. And then you feel like you haven't been productive. So I like the fact that there's only one big sheet per month, and then during the week you get the smaller sheets. That I found to be really helpful. I think that we will see all of them. This peacock one is really nice. I like this peacock one. So there is that. So that's another peacock one. And then at the very end you get all sorts of, you know, smaller tips that you see in planners a lot, calories, all sorts of various things, some meteor shower information. One thing I didn't like, and this is more of a personal thing, is that this is in grayscale. So if you're like me and you have low vision, this grayscale might not work better. I kind of would have preferred to have it be in black and white, but once I see this, I see why they chose the grayscale for at least some of them. There's some really nice cell phone camera tips. I film all my videos on my cell phone until I can raise enough to get a real camera. So there's some punctuation stuff. There's some various there's a tip table. Oh, there's a map of the US, so you can map out like where you want to go. We went to Yosemite over the summer. It was amazeballs. If you can get to Yosemite, it's really, really great. There's a world map and some more information about the planets. So that's interesting. Pluto is still included. I'm not saying, I'm just saying, you know. So there's some people who say Pluto shouldn't be included. It should. I don't have an opinion about the thing. I think that it's hilarious that people got so emotional about Pluto. But that's neither here nor there. And then it ends with this for your addresses. So it's a full planner. It's not like you're getting cheated on the planner part, and it's not like you're getting cheated on the coloring part, because the coloring pages are considerably thicker in weight. And so that's the same one as the smaller size. It's just, I'm gonna see if I can show you one of the drawings. The drawing is just smaller. So, and I actually think this might be similar. The drawing is just smaller. So I think for the smaller one, you know, if you have low vision, you can do it. It's not so small that you can't do it. And but you might just want to like use markers or make sure that your color pencils are super sharp. But otherwise, the smaller one is essentially the same thing, just in a smaller form factor. I haven't decided which one I like best. I think I like the smaller one best, but I keep going back and forth. That's my problem. So that's the coloring book. I'm sorry, that's the planner for planning out all your appointments and everything. And I think we're gonna try, we tried in 2004 to get me pregnant, and we didn't do it. We weren't able to do it, but I think in 2006 we're gonna try to get me pregnant. So having one of these is gonna be really good for me, because I'm gonna be able to map out all my appointments. It's insane the number of appointments that you get, when the number of times you have to go to the doctor. If infertility is something that you face. So anyway, so then this is some more. This is the notebook. This is some more information. The notebook again features the two different cardstocks, the two different paper stocks. This feels like, I don't know, at least this feels like 80, maybe even this feels, I want to say this is like, you know, this is a heavy cardstock, like at least a 60 or 80 or maybe even 100. I can't tell. I'm not that good at it. I'm gonna have to start asking publishers to just tell me. And then the notebook, which the notebook is really nice, because the notebook gives you college ruled lines, grids, which if you're a knitter like me, this is really great, because you can map out your knit and your crochet patterns here, and then you get a coloring page. I'm a terrible person, and I didn't count how many drawings are in the notebook, but it's definitely more. I want to say like 36 maybe. I'm a terrible person. I didn't count in advance, but you get all these different drawings here. And so between each drawing is 1 page of the ruled, 1 page of the grid, and I think a blank page. Yeah, and then there's the blank page in the back of the grid. And I tested these on, and I'll show you in a minute. I tested these on. I don't want to sit here and bore you, but I kind of do want to show you all the pages. So I'm going to try to go through the pages fairly quickly because I don't want to bore you. But I do want to show you all the pages. So that's really neat, so that you can color, but it then becomes useful. The notebook is definitely for if you are faster at coloring, and I'm fairly slow, so it takes me a long time to finish this. So I probably would finish the paper pages before I finish the actual coloring, but that's just me. I'm notoriously slow at coloring. Matter of fact, a few people have asked me to do a video showing just my finished pages, and I only have like 2 or 3 pages that are really truly finished. A lot of pages are almost finished, but I have to do this or I have to do that, and I don't really have that many pages that are really finished because it takes me so long to go through everything. Sorry, I'm boring you with all my problems and my not that interesting life story. So, and that's it for the notebook. So the notebook is a little bit, it's a little bit, you know, it's just a little bit more straightforward, and it does have more pages to color. So, so that's something to keep in mind. So those are the 2 books in the 2 sizes. So this is a small, journal. It's the large one is called the coloring notebook, and the small one is called the coloring journal. And I feel like, I don't know if maybe there's more pages in between for the small one, or if it's just a different name that they went with. Yeah, it's just a different name that they went with. It's the same number of in between pages with the drawing, and then the journal, the calendar is the same thing for the notebook and the calendar. So that is that. So okay, so because these are because they have notebook pages as well as coloring pages, I did something a little bit different for this. Is I also did a fountain pen test where I tested a fountain pen as well as a marker, the Faber Castell Pitt Indiatrine, and graphite pencil 4B. So in terms of the fountain pen was okay. There was some very minor bleed through. The marker actually ended up doing a little bit better, and the pencil was, of course, not a problem. The ballpoint probably would not be a problem either. I actually don't have any ballpoints in the house, which is kind of tragic, and I should get some ballpoints, but I keep forgetting to get some every time I'm out. So anyway, so what I did here is there's also no test page here. So that's one thing that you have to keep in mind, because usually I would use the copyright page as a test page, but in this case the copyright page is in the thinner stock that is used in the regular pages, and not the thicker stock used for the coloring. So I can't really use the copyright page for that. But I have here, I did this part here with what did I use? I use a Copic pen, and this part here I use a Copic pen, and then I went back over it with a Pitt pen because I didn't like the way it looked with the Copic pen, and I will probably go back over this with the Pitt pen as well. But anyway, the Copic pen did, of course, have some bleed through. Even though I only did a little bit, you'll see the bleed through, but there's no real bleed through from the Pitt pen, so that's good. So if you're using a fine tipped marker, you should be fine. So there is that. And then I did the this is watercolor pencil. So I did this is the dry watercolor pencil, and this is the wet watercolor pencil, and it actually took the watercolor pencil really, really nicely. So you know, with the warning that, you know, if you're using ink or whatever for your planner and you decide to use watercolor pencil, you just have to be really careful, because of course you risk getting water on your materials if you are not careful and not safe. So that is the risk for that. Okay, so the contest for this on how you can win this. So what I will be giving away is I will be giving away a small planner. Hold on, let me get the information. A small planner and a large planner and a small notebook and a large notebook. So that's four items. Okay, so the contest for how you can win this. This past year and in the news and everything, we've been hearing these terrible news stories about all these terrible things. And so one of the things that I hope for next year and for every year really is that we just be a little bit nicer to each other. So in my effort to try to do my part for that is a few people have mentioned in a previous video that they have problems avoiding coloring books. So what I'm going to do I'm going to pick two people from that video, and then I'm going to contact them, and they are going to get the one person is going to get the small journal and one person is going to get the small planner. So I'll contact those people, and so two people from who commented on there will get two notebooks from their choosing. So that's where two of these are going to go. So okay, so that's fine. So but then what happens with the two large ones? The two large ones are going to go to two different people. All you have to do is comment in this video, tell me a story that you heard in this past year that helped you restore your faith in humanity, and that helped you, that was a really wonderful, nice story that you heard. So I'll share a story that I heard, and I heard this story just yesterday, and it was so amazing and sweet, and it made me cry. And what it was, I don't talk politics here because it's not relevant, but this woman who is a Christian who is a Christian and a librarian has been, she's been watching the news, and some people have been saying not very nice things about Americans who aren't Christians, especially if they're Muslims. And so she decided to start wearing a hijab, even though she's a Christian, so that she would try to help educate people and to try to have some solidarity. And I thought that was really sweet and really just a kind and a wonderful thing to do. And just a reminder that, we're all human beings at the end of the day. And some of the stories that I've been hearing about, people attacking Muslim women in hijabs, just that's not nice. Just don't hit people. Didn't we cover this in preschool? Don't hit people. God, it shouldn't be that hard. So anyway, sorry. So that story really moved me and it made me cry. And so that was my story. So anyway, tell me a story that you saw in the comments of something wonderful that you saw somebody do or that you read about. And then the best two stories will each get one. And that's it. So thank you so much for sharing, and thank you so much for staying with me for this long review and for this two-parter. So I will see you guys next time, and if you can, consider leaving a tip, because shipping for all this is getting to be a lot. Because I'm doing so many giveaways now that shipping is starting to get, shipping was always a lot, but now it's getting really, really bad. So if you could afford to leave a tip, please do so. It is so appreciated. A few people have left tips, and every tip makes a huge difference, because one tip can help pay for a package. So that always really helps a whole lot. So even if you think it's not a lot, it all really helps. So thank you so much, and I really appreciate it, and I really am glad that you guys stayed with me. It's been I just started doing these videos 5 or 6 months ago, not even that long. And so I'm really grateful to everybody, and I really appreciate all that you guys have helped me do and the way that you guys have helped me in my life. Oh my God, I'm getting all sappy. I'm gonna cry. No, I'm gonna cry. Okay, so I'm gonna end this video before I start to get all sappy and all cry. But tell me your stories in the comments, and I'll pick the 2 best stories. And I will pick the 2 best stories on January 1st. So until next time, I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know what you think of the channel, and tell me your story in the comments. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.